Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back. Elsa Nilson joining us again, our HSR certified professional interior redesigner, decorator, professional organizer, and so much more. From Elsa's Divine Design, please welcome her back here to the show. Hailing from beautiful Shelbyville, Georgia. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Jill. And it's nice to be back. I really missed you.
I know. Okay, so you have a lot of things on your plate. You're doing so much. You're helping so many people. And my goodness, gut health too. So tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do, because there's a lot to you and the many hats that you do wear.
All right. Yeah. So like you said, I'm a designer, a professional organizer. So I'm doing a lot of decluttering. But not only in homes, but also people clutter that they collect since they were children. So I'm actually a master life coach and health coach as well, so that I'm able to help them. And so that's how the businesses comes together, that we don't only declutter in home, but also our own lives, because life is really hectic these days.
Oh, it sure is. And as a certified, you mentioned life and health coach, today's discussion, we're focusing on that. We're going to get into gut health. And, you know, it's just for the past few years, you hear gut health. I'm not even sure what it is. And I'm sure a lot of our listeners and viewers are a little confused. So let's first and foremost start off with an overview of what is gut health, and tell us a little bit about the importance of what that means and what we should be doing.
All right. So very, very important is our gut health, because that's actually where everything starts. We know now after many, many studies that there's a big connection between the gut and the brain, and how the gut is sending signals to the brain and the brain signals back to the gut. And we also know that we have plenty of bacteria in our gut. We have good bacteria and we have bad bacteria. And the good bacteria is those bacteria that really help us to be positive, that gives us energy and just gives us an overall more balanced life. As for the bad bacteria, is the bacteria that make us depressed, that take our energy away, and just makes us feel really, really bad right through the day. So it's just really important for us to look and see what we're actually eating, and rather put good foods in our mouth than ultra-processed foods.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So, and then you mentioned something else that people might say, wait, what? Ultra-processed foods, what is that? So yeah, what are these processed foods? And by the way, I want to ask you something else just quickly. In the news the other day, I heard that finally the United States is banning certain dyes in our food that like other countries have done for years.
Yeah, that's very good news. That's very good news, yes.
Got it. All right, good. So what are ultra-processed foods? Go ahead, I'm sorry to jump the gun.
The easiest way to explain ultra-processed foods is just the food that you can't make in your own kitchen.
Okay.
You can't make the Snicker chocolate bar there. You can't even make the McDonald's burger that we all love so much that we just pick up through the drive-thru. The moment that we make a burger in our own home, it won't have the same additives in it. It won't have the same preservatives in it. It will be better meat. So automatically it will be a much healthier burger. So that is the sad thing. Almost all of us really like to eat things like McDonald's, and it's very tasty and we think it's great. But sadly also, if we eat that kind of food, that's actually just the bad bacteria that we put in our gut. And the more bad bacteria we put in, the more of our good bacteria is leaving our gut. Yeah. And then that fine, very important, strong gut layer is getting actually thinner and weaker. And the moment that happens again, that's when inflammation starts in our body. And we all know inflammation in their own turn turns over to heart disease, diabetes, cancers, all kinds of bad illnesses. But that's actually where it starts. It's in the gut.
Interesting. Thank you for that. And how do we start getting this good bacteria back in our bodies? Explain the process, and how do we know what's really in our bodies? Are there tests we should be doing? Like, how does that work?
Well, there are actually two ways that we can put this good bacteria back in our bodies. And the first thing is just to replace our processed foods with whole foods, with all the good foods, because all the whole foods, the good foods have the good bacteria. And to replace that with the ultra processed foods, which have the bad bacteria, we'll get it back into our bodies. And that will automatically make our gut layers thicker and stronger again. And then in time, you will see that your inflammations are going down and you have a much lower risk on all of those bad illnesses. So that's the first way to do it, but it's also the best way because that's the natural way. There is another way, and a lot of people are using it in today's very busy life. They simply go to a pharmacy or they go to a vitamin store and they buy a bottle of probiotics, because that's actually what probiotics is. It's just good gut bacteria. And then they just drink that. The problem is, if you remember, I told you that there's a connection between the gut and the brain. The moment that the gut receives that probiotics, they send a signal to the brain. They ask, so what am I actually drinking right now? And the brain will let them know, this is a bacteria. You're drinking a bacteria, but I'm not totally sure if this is a good bacteria or a bad bacteria. So automatically that gut will take some of that good bacteria, but some of it will it fight off. That's also why when you take supplements, they normally will tell you for good effect or full effect, you have to use this at least 3 to 6 months. It's because it takes so much slower to really replace what good foods and healthy whole foods would have given you. It's still an alternative because we're on the road and we sometimes eat bad stuff. So it's still a good alternative to eat or to drink your probiotics. And even if you are eating healthy, you can't eat healthy all the time. It's good to once in a while, for 2-3 months, do a probiotic. But it will cost you a little bit more money, and it's not the natural way. But it's also something that you can do.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And you also mentioned this whole gut connection to the brain and all about keeping our brain healthy. I know you want to elaborate on that when you're ready. First of all, I'm going to say about the gut, which is extremely interesting. They did a study and they took a group of people and they did an extreme healthy habit change on them. And they took all their ultra processed foods away and replaced everything with whole foods. And in just 3 days, their moods changed, their energy changed. They were overall more positive. So can you imagine if you do that on a permanent basis, how much more positive and healthy you would be? But the thing about, the thing about your brain as well, it is just very important that you have that brain health, because the brain health, if you think about it, we talk about the gut, we talk about how to stay fit, how to lose weight, but actually there's nothing more important than our brain, because the fact is I can have a beautiful face and a great body, but if I don't have the brain to have a good social life and be with my friends and my family, I will be just miserable. And your brain is actually the organ that makes you happy and give you purpose in life. So that is just why it's so important to take care of our brains as well. Oh, my goodness. Well, I would love to find out, and I think our listeners would appreciate maybe some ways we could start doing this. And we would love to have some tips to help create our healthier brains. Where do we start?
Well, I think it's very important for you to do like your own little hacks, your own tips that's working for you. I will share with you, with the listeners, 4 hacks that I created for myself. And then they can take it or they can create their own, but it's just an example.
Sure.
And the very first thing for me is just to ask me the simple question: if I'm sitting in front of a plate of food or I'm in the grocery stores and I stand in front of a bag of candy, I'm asking myself, is this good for me or bad for me? Because the truth is there are thousands of diets out there, but we, the human being race, we are a very intelligent species, and we don't even need to have a diet to know what is good for us and what's bad for us. That's very obviously, we know. We just choose to eat all the things because it's tasty and it's nice. So we just go all the routes. But,
it's so true.
But if we actually ask ourselves that question, and I stand in front of a bag of candy in the grocery store and I want to put it in the cart and I think this is my favorite, but I ask that question, is this good for my brain?
Yeah.
then I automatically can say, no, this is one of the things that is enhancing Alzheimer's and dementia. It also gives me a very foggy brain in the mornings, and it's also a feeder of cancer. So there's no way that sugar can be good, and that is just not good for me. The same thing before you put something in your mouth. Just think about it, ask yourself that question, and that really helps me a lot. Then my second hack that I do is when I wake up in the mornings, the very first thing I tell myself is, this is going to be a great day. Just a positive thing that I utter out of my mouth, because my brain is still tired. It still wants to sleep. It doesn't want to get up. And it's probably still a little bit negative. But if I tell myself that, my brain actually wakes up and say, oh, okay, this is great. This is going to be a great day. And that brain of yours is going to try everything right through the day to really make it a great day for you. And so that's my second hack. My third hack is one that I actually adapted or adopted, I should say, from Mel Robbins. That's one she does. When she gets up in the morning and she goes the first time to her bathroom, she looks in the mirror and she high-five herself and tell herself, you are going to do something amazing today. So already you have the thing, it's going to be a great day. Now you know you're going to do something amazing. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be as simple as cleaning out your closet that you wanted for a long time, or put a good meal on the table, or have a very successful meeting with a colleague. It could be anything. But just tell yourself you're going to do something amazing today, and you're automatically going to be more positive. And then you set up for the day. The only hack that I have at night is when I'm in bed, lights are off, I've got my mask over my eyes, and everything is dark. I normally just say my prayers, and then I immediately after that goes into like a treasure hunt. And I'm just hunting and seeing what went really well today. And I just stay on that positives until I fell asleep. Because the thing is, if you fall asleep on that positive, you didn't even think about the negatives, you are going to go into a better, deeper REM sleep, and you're just going to have that deep sleep, good resting. And because you went with a positive to bed, when you wake up, you're automatically more positive as well.
Beautiful. I love these tips. Thank you so much. And let me also ask, what is your morning routine when you wake up? Okay, I know you're high-fiving, but tell me exactly like other positive affirmations we should be doing. I take my son in the mirror. He's 8. The other one's 10. He's a little hard time with this, but we walk down the steps and there's a big mirror there, and we say, good morning. I love myself. I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. My older son laughs, but I make my other son doesn't. We laugh and it's good, but I feel like it's like a positive thing that's helping us in our bodies.
Definitely. That's one of the hacks that you implemented with your son, and it's a good laugh just to get onto that positive. There's nothing better that actually makes you so happy. By laughing. Laughing is the best medicine anyway. So you can tell all the mirrors how beautiful and good you are, and you are just going to have a good laugh, and you're just going to be happier. And that's also why that hacks is very important, because it makes you more positives. It makes you a more balanced person. Yes, my stepson just recently told me that I'm the equalizer of the family. And I take it as a compliment because it tells me that I'm balanced and that there can be a lot of balls in the air, but on the end of the day, I'm the balanced one of the family, and everybody comes back to earth, and we just enjoy our lives.
I love it. It is beautiful. Yeah. All right. So what else? We got to talk more about, if you are tuning in, I should remind everyone, my goodness, we're here with our friends and health life coach, interior designer. She's a woman who wears many hats, and Elsa Nilson is her name. She's joining us today, and we're really talking about the gut health connection, the gut, the health, the mind, and the things we could do to help restore our bodies and get us back to where we should be. Perfect time of year. Spring is here. We're all feeling good. Let's really be good inside out as well, right? So we're going to talk more about some tips on creating healthier brains and what we should be eating and exercises as well.
All right. So if I have to talk about what is very important for your brain as well as your gut, but specifically for your brain, where we are right now, to eat, the very first thing I would say is definitely salmon. That's an incredible seafood. And actually, the only one that I know actually reverse the signs of Alzheimer's and dementia is salmon. Okay. So that is very good to have into your diet for your brain, as well as berries. All kinds of berries are amazing. You can have strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, pine berries, strawberries, raspberries. Any of those berries are good. But the best berry that you can eat for your brain will be the blueberry. They actually also call that the brain berry. Okay. And the reason why that is because blueberries actually move the oxygen and your blood flow to your brain. Okay. It take it in the body and it moves it to the brain. So it just makes you much more alert in your brain. So that is really important, that berry, all berries, but especially blueberry. And then I would say nuts and seeds, also very important. There was a study done that saw that people that eat nuts on a more regular basis, they are happier people than ones that doesn't have nuts in their diet. And the reason why is because nuts are like a natural antidepressant. So while eating the nuts, you go out of your negativity and are just automatically more positive. So nuts and seeds are incredibly important as well. And then, of course, your leafy greens. Okay. Leafy greens, there are tons of them. Doesn't matter if you do collards or spinach or lettuce or kale. All of them are great. And you can eat tons and tons of that because they is very low calorie, but very high in fiber, which we really need for our bodies. For that, as well as leafy greens also consist of a lot of magnesium. And we know as we get older, it takes out that stiffness in the morning. If we are drinking magnesium or we eat a lot of magnesium, it takes that stiffness out of the body, the sore muscles, and it also keeps our body more regular. So the leafy greens are also a very good option for your brain. But then apart from that, I love drinking hot chocolate. I'm a hot chocolate lover.
Really.
And I, of course, drink it more in the winter when it's cold. And now I don't talk about the hot chocolate, the normal little packets that you buy in Walmart. They are extremely packed with sugar, so that won't be healthy. Sugar, again, is not good for your brain, so it's just not good for you. My favorite hot chocolate will be called Cacao Bliss. Ooh. It is it's a raw cacao that they actually harvest in Brazil. And then Danette May, an American leading healthy expert, she takes that raw cacao from Brazil and she creates Cacao Bliss by putting a lot of infused superfoods in there. And then she just drinks it with her cup of nut milk. She froth it up and voila, there she have it. But the bad thing about that is it's not everybody that can get their hands on Cacao Bliss. In every other parts of the world, I mean, in the US, that's totally easy, obtainable. But for people, other listeners that can't get their hands on it, I've got a recipe that I also drink that I got from Dr. Daniel Amen. And he is a groundbreaking brain doctor and psychiatrist. And what he does, he buy any raw cacao that have no sugar in. Some of them are infused with superfoods, some are not. Mm-hmm. But a good quality raw cacao that you can get at a lot of places. And he also just mix it with his cup of nut milk. But of course, then it's not sweet yet. So he put in a few drops of liquid chocolate stevia, and then he froth that up, and he have a very healthy chocolate drink as well. And he drinks it as well very often. It's just that pick me up in the middle of the day when you get that slump or late afternoon without the caffeine. It just picks you up and help you to get to the next phase.
I love it.
Yeah. So, but there's also nutrients that you can drink. The two top ones that you really need is a very good quality multivitamin. That will be a good one for you to have. And the second one will be the omega-3 fatty acids. And the reason why the fatty acids and things is so important, that is what you actually get in your white fish again. That's the fish oil. So you can drink a multivitamin and you can get yourself a fish oil and you will be all set with the nutrients. That is the two main and best things that you need for your brain. Now, if you are somebody that eats plenty of white fish every week and it's easy obtainable, and again, it has to be a good quality white fish, not one that's grown in ponds or rivers, but good quality ocean fish, then you can get away with that without the fish oil, without the omega-3 fatty acids, because that is in your fish. Okay. But if you can't eat enough of that, just get that extra supplement just to fill it in, and you will be totally fine.
Love it. Thank you for this. All right. And also, Elsa, you obviously have a lot of experience as a health life coach. And just before we continue, just a little bit about your background and credentials to become a health coach. You are certified. I just want people to understand this. You know what you're talking about. Just tell us a little bit about your credentials.
All right. So I got certified through the Health Coach Institute first, where I did my health coaching and also my life coaching. So I've got two different certifications in that. And then I also later studied through the Institute for Coaching Mastery to become a master coach so that I can help my clients not only on the habit change, but on 5 different levels, which will be your somatic, your emotional, your unconscious, your habitual, and your, okay, so I said your somatic, your emotional, your mental, your unconscious, and also your habitual. So you will do on 5 different levels, because I found that people are not all the same. And sometimes you need to work with them on a little bit different level to really get deeper and find where is the problem. Why can't we stay on eating healthy, or why can't we stick with a workout plan, or why is all these things bothering me every time I get into a relationship? So I needed to get to a place where I can help them on a lot of different levels.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And also, we're talking today the gut health, the gut mind brain connection, and some of the things that we can continue to do to give ourselves that healthier gut, healthier brains, and all that. So we still have some more time. What else did you want to add to the conversation?
Yes, I would definitely say do brain exercises.
Yeah.
That would be like chest. You can play chest. Always read. It's always very important to keep on reading. Read things that you don't know about yet, but that's very interesting to you, so that you can just stretch your brain a little bit. And then I also like exercises that you can do that are where you move your body as well. For example, my husband use table tennis, and when he really got it down on the one side, he will flip the paddle and put it in his non-dominant hand, so that he can even stretch his brain a little bit further. So, but dancing, dancing is a lot of moves you have to learn, especially something like line dancing.
Really, yeah.
And it's very good exercise while you are doing the brain. And yoga is good, swimming is good. All of those ones are really, even strength training is a very good exercise for your brain. And then I would want to encourage all the listeners to maybe go to Dr. Daniel Amen's site, going to brainhealthassessment.com. Again, brainhealthassessment.com. And there you can actually do a brain test to see exactly where your brain are right now at this moment, and what kind of vitamins you need to give you your ultimate healthy brain. Doesn't matter what age you are. I think there's 16 or 17 types of brains. It will tell you exactly where you are. It takes you only 2 to 3 minutes. It is totally free. And I think we all really owe that to ourselves to do something like that.
Beautiful. Thank you. Any other tips you want to share? We still got a few more minutes, sweetheart.
All right.
Go for it.
All right. Yes, right. I would want to share with the listeners very good things that they can eat just to start their day right. That's healthy, that will give them a boost. And will help them with energy and positivity. And my first one, I would say what I like to eat is like yogurt with chia seeds and blueberries. We already talked about the blueberries that moves the oxygen and blood flow to our brain. And we know that yogurt have potassium, calcium, vitamin D. It's very good gut bacteria, so it's very good for your gut. Mm-hmm. But apart from that, when you put that chia seeds in there, apart from that, it gives it that little crispy taste with the hard little chia seeds in there. What it also does is when it takes up the liquids and set out in your stomach, it actually takes up some toxins as well. And when the body flushes out the chia seeds, it will flush out that toxins that it took up with that.
Wow.
So you're just getting rid of some of your toxins in your body while you're enjoying it. Now, some people would swear by, chia seeds make me lose weight because it makes me feel fuller. And I kind of believe it because it makes sense to me as a health coach, but I don't think it's scientifically proven yet. So I won't put my head on that. But I do know that they carry out the toxins out of your body, which is very important. I would also do yogurt with, for example, with nuts, just to get that antidepressant in there in the mornings. And I will put bran flakes with that because the bran flakes are really important with the fibers that it have. Eggs, I love all kinds of eggs. So I do like
Me too.
Yeah. And I love to do an omelet. But with spinach and I will cut up like onion to put in because it gives it that crunch inside. Mm-hmm. People love to put cheese and ham and stuff in there. You can always create your own omelets. I do not do the cheese thing because it makes it very heavy. And then on the end, it's totally unhealthy again. So I stay with my more common omelet just with spinach and onion, and it is just tasty and it gives me loads of energy. The last one that I would like to really, and with this one, I can put a bet on you. It's not everybody that likes oatmeal, but oatmeal is an incredible food to start your day with.
Sure.
Yes, oatmeal is amazing. Oatmeal is actually good for your heart health. It helps with the risk of the risk of diabetes, the risks of cancers. And also, it has a very soluble fiber called the beta-glucan. And the beta-glucan is the fiber that actually lower your glucose levels. It lowers your cholesterol, and it just overall give you energy. So that is just one of those things that I can't live without. And then there's one more thing about it. If you eat actually oatmeal regularly, it will help you with weight management. But you have to eat it regularly. You have to eat it in the way that you actually received it, because any good foods, we tend to just put a lot of things in there. And it's like 4 spoons of sugar and 2 spoons of butter. And we just make it as tasty as we can. And then we take all the good stuff, because then we turn it into a processed food again. We don't have it as a whole food anymore. If you have to put like 1 tiny little teaspoon of brown sugar there, that's okay. A little bit of butter just to change up the flavor. You like it more, that taste, that's totally fine. My husband, for example, he doesn't even use sugar, but he use a few raisins in there, or he put cranberries in there, and he just like doing that. Of course, you can put your fruit in there as well. So that can just give it a different taste, but just don't make it a bad food again by adding all this bad stuff in there.
Oh, my goodness. Well, thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. Excited to talk to you. I'm glad we had a really, insightful conversation. And thank you for all that you taught us today.
Oh, thank you so much, Jill. It was great being with you again. I'll see you soon again.
Absolutely. And at this time, remind us how we can contact you, please. Thank you.
You can go to my website at coachelsa.com, or you can find it as Divine Life and Health Coaching. You can also find me on my email with hello@coachelsa.com.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Beautiful day for you in Georgia right now.
Yes, gorgeous day. Can't wait for the day just to keep on running with it.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for being here. Have a fantastic day. I'm glad we had some extra time to chat today. Thanks again.
Okay. Thank you, Jill. You have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.